So there's been a lot of questions, and it's been a little bit unclear about what happens with the COVID-19 reserve list with the NFL. What does it take for a player to come back? Now, part of that's on us, even though the Vikings have had a number of players already go on and off the list. We haven't come in and clearly defined what it takes for a player to get back. So we're going to do that today. Now, never going to know whether it's positive or if they're showing symptoms or if they're just in close contact with someone who is positive. But looking at the timelines, you can make a decent inference. But again, yeah. Now, statistically, these guys are going to be fine. Young and healthy. Issue is spreading it to someone in the building who is not young, who is not healthy, as well as, of course, potential spread to family members, since that is the biggest transmission vectors in the home. So Vikings have had 9 players on the list. 5 have come off. 4 are still on the list. Oli Udoh, Cameron Smith, Tyler Higbee, as well as Armon Watts. Now, we're going to talk about what it takes for a player to come back from the list, and this is straight up from the NFL-NFLPA release, the official finito, as of right, meow, what's going on. So first off, the least serious, close contact players. So players who have been in close proximity to someone who tested positive or just taking precautions, right? So what happens? You have to have a second negative test within 24 hours of initial negative test. So player says, hey, I was at place XYZ, hopefully not the strip club. This person tested positive. I'm going to take a test, negative test, and 24 hours later, second negative test. There you go. Then increased symptom monitoring, 8 days of daily virus testing, a regular testing schedule after that. So it's almost like you've been putting yourself in the substance abuse program, but just in terms of frequency of testing. Yeah. So players that probably in this situation: Blake Brandel, who came off the COVID-19 list after 4 days; Anthony DeBar, Afadio Denebo, etc. Next up. So players who test positive but are asymptomatic. So it's either 10 days have passed since initial positive test, or 5 days have passed since initial positive test, and 2 consecutive negative tests are completed, separated by 24 hours within 5 days. And the return is approved by team's physician after consulting with ICS and NFL's chief medical officer. There you go. Now, Justin Jefferson and Brian Cole, 2 rookie players who went on the list, they came back after 8 days. So was it this? You don't really know, right? But then getting the most serious one. So players who test positive and also show symptoms of COVID-19, 10 days have passed since first COVID-19 symptoms appeared, and at least 72 hours have passed since symptoms last occurred. And then they revert into the positive asymptomatic players, and they have to go through all of those hoops. So that's going to be an extraordinarily lengthy process. So you got 10 days on top of those 5 days. So a player could be up on blocks if they test positive and they show some symptoms. They could be out for a number of weeks. And also, the return is approved by team's physician and consulting with ICS and NFL's chief medical officer. Local regulations and requirements are satisfied. So that goes down to the state and sometimes even county level. So that is it. That's the rundown of what a player has to do if they do go onto the COVID-19 list, and all of the hoops and all the boxes they have to check and able to get back onto the active roster, get back onto the practice field as well as the playing field. So it's just the curveball. It's just all the things that players have to do, and also coaches, executives, I'm sure have a similar process to get back in this weird ass off season. But it's something we're gonna have to get acquainted with. Like I said yesterday, I think that players coming on and coming off the COVID reserve list will be not news even within a couple of days or even a couple of weeks. It'll just be like, oh, that guy's on, oh, he's off, oh, he's good, oh, he checked the boxes, oh, contact tracing, he's good, oh, tested positive, asymptomatic, couple of days, there we go. So it is what it is. There you go. But just wanted to clarify that, and when players do come off COVID lists, that's what they've gone through. So your thoughts, the NFL-NFLPA rules for players coming off the COVID reserve list. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work, pull us on the Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.